The reality is we have more in common than we have different. Okay? So the purpose of an exercise like this, and anything you might figure out how to do to discover your commonalities, the strategy is to discover the commonalities and nourish the commonalities. You can't just say, well, we have something in common and then drop it. You have to say, what do we have in common and how do we keep building on that? Okay? But there's another part to this. The reason we're in conflict around our differences is because our differences are reconciled through dominance. Think about it. Sexism, racism, heterosexism, adultism, all the isms. We might go on this endless list of isms. The very word says two things. One is it describes a conflict. It describes an unhealthy dysfunction between human beings. And it says that the difference between these two people or more was reconciled through dominance. The side with more power said, this is my show, I'm going to run it. There's differences between us, but since I have more power, guess who's going to run the show? We're not going to collaborate here. We're not going to negotiate. You understand what I'm saying? That's the unfortunate reality we all deal with. Because of that unfortunate reality, dominance creates hurt, and the hurt results in conflict. If the conflict gets intense enough, human beings forget what they have in common. Conflict is about intense feelings. It's about rage. It's about all kinds of things. When those feelings escalate, I can guarantee you we could come out of this session just bonded like no group has ever been bonded. But one of us may say or do something to escalate the feelings and forget our bonding. You understand what I'm saying? This is just, I know you know this is how it works. So, the challenge, again, picking up on what you're saying, is to nourish and validate and notice what we have in common. But as soon as the potential for conflict hits, we have to jump on it and do something about it. Because if we don't, the feelings related to the conflict can obscure what we have in common. And at that point, it's no longer diversity, it's reconciling conflict.